This week on Undercover Boss Canada. The head of a construction giant straps on a tool belt for the first time in 30 years.
You cut the wrong piece. I hope this is long enough.
And his work week turns into one of the most emotionally intense hours of the season.
That's all I can hope for is a miracle now. I just don't know what else to do.
I want to talk to you about maybe what else we can do.
Andy Clark is about to swap his regular office attire for a hard hat and safety wire. To work in disguise.
Nice.
As one of his own laborers.
Whoa.
It's like you're a girl right now. You don't want to get dirty.
Oh, did you cut yourself there?
When his week of secret inspection is up, he'll summon everyone he's met to HQ to make their Friday unbelievably special.
Are you kidding? Oh my goodness.
That's fantastic.
Because this is Undercover Boss Canada. With the world economy in a fragile state, top corporations must adapt to survive. The bosses of some of Canada's biggest companies are about to take extreme action. To stay ahead of the game, they're going undercover in their own organizations. 150,000 construction firms battle it out nationwide for business every year. And the construction industry in Western Canada is in overdrive.
I'm Andy Clark. I'm the founder and executive chairman of Clark Builders. We have about 800 employees. We do about $600 million worth of work every year. We build everything from schools to high-rises to industrial plants to warehouses and a whole lot of things in between. I was born in Brownsburg, Quebec. Growing up on the farm was a little bit like boot camp from age 4. My dad ruled with an iron hand, and one of my dad's most common expressions was, you know, how useless I was and how I'd never amount to a hill of beans, no respect. And so what it really gave me as a gift going forward in my life was the importance of treating people with respect. The day I finished high school, I left the farm, came west and worked for my Uncle Murray in construction. I worked for him 5 years, then he sent me to Yellowknife to do a couple projects. It was outdoors, it was creative, it was building things, and I was just like a duck to water. While working on those projects, I was approached by a local business guy who wanted me to build a shop for him, and that was the start of Clark Builders. About 11 years ago, I found a 24-acre, I guess you'd call it a hobby farm, outside of the city. It's just beautiful. Yeah, they say you can take the boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy. It's a great balance for the intensity of construction to come home to a loving family. And Penny and I have been married for 10.5 years now. I have 4 children from a previous marriage, and she has 2. I got 3 grandkids.
Oh, sorry.
I feel pretty fortunate.
It tastes good, Dad. Perfectly cooked.
I'm probably never happier than when I have the whole gang together. Growth is in Clark Builders' DNA, and our growth and our capacity is completely limited to the number of quality people that we have. Whether a guy's wearing a blue shirt or a white shirt, it doesn't matter, and I want to make sure that respect is paramount out in our field crews so that they'll work together as a team, because it's really maximizing the team effort that can separate our company from others. Thank you all for coming. I got something important I want to talk to you about. We've grown so much the last few years. Just want to make sure that the culture, the passion of our people hasn't been changed or watered down. So I'm going to do something drastic. I'm going to wear a disguise, and I'm going to go work undercover on a number of sites. I'm sure we'll find areas where we can improve. From there, hopefully, we can make some plans to take this business to a new level.
Be careful.
For him to actually get back on site and take a pulse of how we're doing, it's fabulous.
While I'm undercover, I'm going to tell everybody my name is Eddie Green. I'm a farmer from Quebec. The farm's failing now, and I'm searching for work in construction. And I'll tell them I'm being followed by a camera crew as part of a construction documentary. Your new husband.
He honestly looks so different, even close up. I'm not used to kissing a mustache.
I think my dad looks amazing. He looks like a very typical laborer in the construction field.
I'm gonna miss you all, but thanks for your love.
I love you.
One of the things I hope to learn out there is the core values that our field crews had some years ago and are still there, that our company's living up to our reputation. I'm a little nervous. You know, am I going to be able to keep up with the guys? I don't know. I'm sure as heck going to try. But, you know, 62 years old, not in that good a shape. We're going to find out.
Coming up, his first day on the job, and Andy crosses the line.
It's not the straightest of cuts.
No, it's not.
And later, an unexpected intervention.
She means everything to me.
I just couldn't end my day without doing what I could.
Yesterday, clean-shaven Andy Clark had the top job at Clark Builders. But in the last 24 hours, he's taken on a new identity and is now a trainee in the construction company that he built from the ground up.
This is where I started the business 38 years ago. When I look across the skyline and see all the growth, it gives you a sense of pride knowing that your company's probably built more buildings in this town than anybody else. 2 of my children were born here. Everywhere I look, there's memories. I had trouble sleeping last night. Today, I'm really going to be looking to make sure that those core values, the corporate standards, are as strong here as they are anywhere else in our company. For me to put my tool belt on and walk out onto a site, I'm just so excited about it. Hey, I'm Eddie.
I'm Rachel.
I'm going to be working with a lady today, so it's going to be real interesting to see how today goes.
Have you ever been involved in the construction industry?
Oh, when I was young, probably about your age, I worked at it for a few years.
Yeah.
If you could just turn her on. Sweet.
Rachel is unaware that the new guy on site is her boss working in disguise.
We're building an apartment complex here. We have to do backing for the kitchen.
When I was in the trade 30 years ago,
Yep.
I never saw a woman on a work site.
Just treat me like one of the guys.
Okay, just treat you like one of the guys.
It's interesting being the only woman on the site. It is a very physically demanding job. And you're working with guys all day, and guys don't have the greatest manners. I'll take an 11-inch rip at 87.5, please.
Please, they never said please when I was in the construction industry before.
See, and they don't.
Really?
I'm just not a jerk.
But she is the jack of all trades, and her building skills go from frame to finish.
Zut alors, you cut the wrong piece. I hope this is long enough.
I had a rookie mistake. I went and cut the wrong width of board the right length. I'm feeling kind of dumb about it. Rusty.
And then I need one at 87.5 and one at 92, please.
Okay.
You know, he's been out of the game for a couple of years. He's just not comfortable.
I'm finding it difficult with that saw because it throws so much dust down on the line that it's difficult to see the line.
It's not the straightest of cuts.
No, it's not.
You want to have a look down there?
Oh, cute, eh? Rachel's a keener. She's got a pretty responsible mind and attitude. Do you get to complain about the kind of saws you're given sometimes?
You got to be quick and get the saw you want first thing in the morning.
Really?
Yes.
We really need to pay attention to all of the tools that we put on our work sites to make sure that we have the ones that are most efficient for our tradespeople.
Okay, this is a plumbing wall.
Right.
But we have to fire rate it first. We have to put on 2 layers of drywall here. We have a lot to do today. We got to get this framing done so the boarders can get their boarding done, so the electricians can get it. It's all boom, 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 boom.
If Andy screws up the drywall, waiting tradesmen won't be able to tape and mud it, and the entire team will be behind schedule.
Slow down, Tiger. That's a good way to get a drywaller
Upset with you.
to yell at you. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
How's that?
We just got to get up top there.
What do we do up there?
Well, the last
Oh,
row.
what am I doing?
Yeah.
Thanks, boss. How do the tradespeople treat you?
There's 2 types of guys, right? The ones that just treat you like one of the guys, and then the ones that just want to do everything for you because they feel you can't do anything.
Getting qualified tradespeople is a real challenge these days, and maybe we're missing good people just because of some biases from yesteryear.
Are you almost done there, Slowpoke?
Yeah, well, I guess I got caught up top. I was so interested.
Yeah, actually, the thing is, if you cannot talk and work at the same time, you should not be. Work and talk.
Oh, okay.
Eddie is a chatty Cathy. The man just likes to speak.
What about washroom? Is it all the same, or?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Is that right?
It's pretty gross. Sometimes, actually, I drive home. Okay, can you get it in?
Oh, I'll give it a go. She has to go off-site to go to the can, and it's not good. We're going to have to look into having his and hers porta potties on site so that our women on site can go and use them. What did you do before you came here?
I was running a group home, and I did not like it at all. It was teenage girls.
Oh, wow.
So that's a rough crowd. So I quit my job.
Is that right, eh?
Friends like, why don't you get into the trades? And I totally wish I started right from high school.
Yeah.
Like I love it every day, love it. Like I wake up excited to go to work. This is fun.
What do you do when you're not driving nails?
I do some pottery.
Really?
I'm a member of the board and raise funds for the Arts and Crafts Guild.
Wow.
But we got to get back to work.
Okay.
Break's over.
Yep.
So
I gotta go check on something upstairs.
I'll try and have it framed up by the time you're back.
that would be fantastic.
It feels great to be building things. It really does.
Oh, never shoot towards yourself. Tell me you're not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
Please, you never
Not a good
ever want to
idea.
do that. I'm so glad I caught Eddie when I did. Something looks wrong here.
You put one on the wrong side.
I wouldn't have done that, would I?
Yeah. This is starting to frustrate me a little bit.
Nailed the stud in the wrong side of the line. Good to see that Rachel's on top of me and doesn't let me miss anything. Oh, son of a gun. Our tradespeople are pretty thoughtful, thorough, experienced, ensuring the stuff's done right the first time. I like that, because that's what builds a bottom line. That's what builds a reputation. Did my heart good to see that today. Well, I expected I was coming to work today with a guy, but it's been delightful, so
Excellent.
thanks very much.
No problem.
You
Good
take
luck.
care. Yeah,
Bye.
you bet. The core values that we set up many years ago were really set up with men in mind. And with women now on the work site, we're going to have to take another look at that.
Coming up, Andy struggles with the winds of change.
Whoa, partner.
And later, a daring decision.
I need to tell you, John, that I'm not Eddie Green.
Oh.
Working in disguise on his own building sites, Andy Clark has become a safety hazard.
Oh, never shoot towards yourself. Tell me you're not going to do that. Don't do that. That's...
Construction projects need any number of tools and supplies on their site, repaired, maintained, brought to the site, taken back to the shop. I want to see if there's some areas in the warehouse operation, the delivery operation, where we can find some more efficiencies. You, Greg?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm Eddie.
Hi, Eddie. I deliver all the supplies and tools to all of our sites here in Edmonton and surrounding area. Every site you have to have your safety stuff on, hard hat.
Today I'm a swamper. A swamper is a guy that rides along with the driver and helping load and unload the trucks. Holy crow. This is a big piece of work.
Good. You got did get out of the truck without his hard hat on. He got right up on the truck. I better slow down there.
Hey?
Hard hat.
Oh. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, I got.
You got that one?
You want to come over here with me? We got to return a bunch of tools here. I didn't know we were going to be returning, so.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm doing here is getting the number off the tool. 83.
I don't see any numbers on it. Greg's taken a long time writing down all the numbers on all of the tools, and if they could all be bar-coded and he could have a scanner, I'm sure it would make his job easier and faster, which, of course, goes right to the bottom line. So this was a bit of a surprise to you to have to take all this stuff back.
The next site we're going to is the only one I knew I was doing pickups at, so those f***ing signs blew over anyway.
Must be the farmer in me. I kind of knew that might happen.
There.
Oh, jeez.
I don't. This is nuts. Woo, burner. Hey, Bruce, it's Greg with CBR. I'll be to you in about 20 minutes, half hour. Thanks.
Because Greg's workload has unexpectedly increased, workers at his next job site are kept waiting for their tools.
Most frustrating is trying to get to the sites on time, and if I wasn't told, I'd be picking up tools that they need to send back. That does delay my schedule that I've already had planned.
So how many years you worked for this company?
Just over 2 years.
I did work in the glass industry for almost 20 years.
Really?
When the economy went, they moved to Calgary. My wife, she knew nobody in Calgary. All her family is here, and back then when they're all still fairly young, right? And their family was more tight than anything, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, over the years, we've lost a fair bit of family members, right?
Is that right, eh? I had quite a scare. My youngest daughter, she started not feeling well. She had low back pain, and then the MRI showed that she had a tumor in her spine about the size of my little finger.
Really?
Turned out, fortunately, it wasn't cancerous, but...
It's a tough subject for me, too, actually, because my daughter passed away from cancer.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't want to stop you because, but it's a tough subject for me. It's coming to that. It'll be the second year coming up here fairly soon, right? And
I'm so sorry.
Both my wife and I were pretty much screwed up last year at this time, and we try to pick each other up.
Found myself fighting back tears because what he experienced was the nightmare that I thought I might have experienced when my daughter had a tumor in her back, and so my heart really goes out to the poor guy. You take some holidays to try and get away, or?
We went and played golf a couple of times and whatever, but we still have another daughter, and she took holidays so she could hang with her mom for a couple of weeks. If I talk about it anymore, it'll throw me off for the rest of the day. So I just got a little box of stuff for you.
I'll jump out.
Hopefully you're not sending anything back, eh?
Well, I was going to send that huge stack of scaffold back.
What? Hang on. Greg here.
Hello, Greg. How's your truck looking? Full? Empty?
Well, almost full of tools here, so... Actually, all that scaffold that we sent here just last week he wants to send it all back. We're going to have to swing back and grab it.
We'll get her picked up for tomorrow.
Okay, I'll let you go, Corey, and we'll be heading back here right away.
All right, thanks, Greg.
If that had been maybe a 16-foot deck instead of a 12-foot deck, maybe we could have loaded all that stuff on and saved a second trip to the site. It certainly looked like we could use a bigger truck. That's something we're certainly going to look into.
Thanks.
Thanks, Greg.
I've seen a number of things today that I think are great ideas, and so when I get back to the office, our management group will be talking about some of these.
Appreciate your help today. That was great.
Thank you again, and all the best to you and your wife and your family. We'll be
appreciate
thinking
that.
about
You too, man.
You take care. All the best.
Yeah, same to you.
Greg's story about his daughter really hit me hard. I just couldn't bear the thought of losing my loved one. When the doctor came out of, 8 hours of surgery and told me that Alicia was going to be okay. It really reminded me how every day that we're given is a gift, and I want to make every day that I have with my family members best day possible.
Coming up.
Whoa.
Blood.
Did you cut yourself there?
Sweat.
I think I'm showing my 52 years.
And tears.
I want to talk to you about maybe what else we can do.
Building boss Andy Clark has been getting a close look at what drives the bottom line.
We could use a bigger truck. We've only been in Calgary for about 10 or 12 years. We have great growth aspirations here, so it's critical that every project we take on is done to the very best of our standards. Reputation's all you have in this business.
Are you Jordan?
I am, yes.
Eddie.
You are? Eddie, nice to meet you.
Today, Andy's working with foreman Jordan. It's his job to keep his crew on schedule, right from demolition to rebuild.
So we're gonna be demoing a bathroom.
I'm gonna just take my shirt off.
The one rule, there's a 6-inch sleeve requirement.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you probably will have to put back on your shirt.
Oh, really?
You want to have the nose pinch on the top for your...
I was in construction. I don't think they even had
Didn't
these
have
things.
dust masks.
You didn't have to have a 6-inch shirt sleeve either.
Yeah, I don't know if you had to even wear clothes. Things have definitely changed since Eddie was working before. Back then, safety wasn't as much of a concern. We'll maybe smash a hole here.
Yep.
And then we'll start pulling back. It is definitely a job that requires physical strength and physical stamina.
Even though he's a foreman, he had no qualms about picking up tools, getting his hands dirty, and that really impressed me.
But Jordan's not too impressed with the new guy. He's putting them both in danger.
You might want to smash it up a little in pieces just because if something this big falls down on you, that's going to cause quite a bit of pain. Okay. I think he definitely needs to slow down, not be so rammy about it. I know we're doing demo, but piece by piece, not the whole building at a time. Eddie definitely looked like he was laboring a little for breath at times.
Whoa, it's a little bit like work.
Yeah, it's weird, eh?
Yeah, I think I'm showing my years.
How long you been in this business?
You know what? I've been off and on since I finished high school 11 years ago.
How do you find Clark to work for?
You'll never find the perfect employer, ever. Being Clark, Calgary, you sometimes feel like the little sister, and there's resentment from one site to the next.
You really didn't like hearing about differences between Edmonton and Calgary. I mean, I think the spirit with which I've tried to build the business is all about unity and about family. So obviously with growth, some things have changed and we got some work to do there. Is there a superintendent or the head HR guy here or somebody that you can talk to about some of these inequities?
I'm not sure. I'm sure I could talk to a lot of people about it,
Yeah.
but is there someone in place for me to have these discussions and have them kept confidential?
I see. We need to create a safe environment where good ideas can be brought forth so we can build a better company with these better ideas.
Oh, did you cut yourself there?
Hey? Oh, that must have been a long time ago.
Got a little here.
Oh.
What about here? I thought I saw one actually here too. So why don't we go down? We'll wipe it off, make sure, because with all the dust and stuff.
Okay. I wish I could clone Jordan. He's big, he's strong, he's got an incredible attitude, very helpful, very respectful.
You got any kids?
Yeah, mine are mostly grown up. I've been married 30 years, so.
Wow. My parents, I think they just had their 35th.
Is that right, eh?
My dad is my work ethic.
Yeah.
He's my hero that way, and he actually works for Clark as well. He's a site super for them.
My dad was kind of a mixed blessing for me, so certainly taught me the work ethic. But he had
That's great.
had a tough side to him, and it was actually my uncle that kind of took me under his wing and was more of a dad to me than my own dad. And
yeah, my dad is one of the most generous people you'll ever meet in your life. Because of that, that's sort of made me and my wife desire to show that love to others as well. We're actually looking at fostering. Who knows, we might have 100 kids by the time we're done.
So you got a heart just this big.
It's been amazing, for sure. We should probably get a little more done today and...
Absolutely. It just makes me really happy for him. And it's a reminder for me as a father of how important our father-child relationships are.
We'll sweep this area into a pile for now.
So a big, strong boy like you,
You must play some sports?
I'm a big sports guy, but I don't get too much time to play it yet. But yeah, I'm a big NFL fan. I'm a diehard Vikings fan. Now, while you're doing that, I'll grab a bin, and then we'll shovel her in and get this garbage gone, and we'll be pretty much close to the end of the day by then, I'm sure.
My worry's always been that as the company gets bigger, we're going to lose some of our passion and some of our competitive edge with it. But when I look at guys like Jordan, I'm really excited about our business going forward.
Why don't you shovel it onto me? I got the bigger shovel here.
Hey, says who? No.
They're the ones that are going to help us to continue to grow and grow in the future.
I really enjoyed working with you today.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much.
Okay.
Wow.
Coming up.
It's pretty darn tough right now. You wake up in the morning, I check to see if she's still alive.
And later, how will Rachel, Jordan, and Greg react when they learn that Andy's the boss?
Are you kidding? Oh my goodness.
That's fantastic.
Construction magnate Andy Clark has returned to Edmonton and is about to start his final day working undercover.
Today I'm going to go work on one of our small projects. We have a small projects division in our company for projects about $2 million and under. Hopefully I can learn some things that I can take back to our management group so we can run that division even better than we are right now.
Hi there.
Are you John?
I'm John. How you doing?
Good. I'm Eddie.
So,
what are we doing here today?
there's lots of cleanup here, I'll tell you. We gotta get all this concrete off here. We've got the backfilling company coming in here, so...
That has to be all broke up then,
Yeah. No stranger to a sledgehammer, eh?
Oh.
John's an all-round handyman, and he's got a hand in everything.
Out of there. I love being in special projects. Even the superintendents swing a hammer and get on the shovel if need be. A lot of the guys on special projects are trained in everything in construction. So right from A to Z, we can do it. That's a lot of work, eh?
Yeah.
Get your old cardio going.
My back's a little sore. Using this sledgehammer, it's tough stuff.
We're gonna be pushing all these bars sideways.
Right.
And getting them out of the way for safety-wise. You can grab that big screwdriver there and start twisting these snap ties off.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Ottawa Valley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you?
I'm from Northwestern Ontario. There's just not enough work back home. Best thing I ever did was come out here. It's a great company.
They put you on small projects, is that it?
Well, I was on mainstream for the longest time, and my wife was diagnosed with cancer about 18, 19 months ago.
Oh, no.
And so they gave her 3 to 5 months to live if nothing worked, and 8 to 10 months if everything worked. So I thought I wasn't going to waste another moment of my life, you know, just working all the time and having my wife sick at home. And so I ended up taking 6 months off, and I got to the point where I couldn't afford to stay home any longer. So
pretty hard in the pocketbook.
We were dying for money. Like, we didn't know what was going to happen. I ended up going to Clark, and Gerald came forward. I borrowed $5,000 from them.
Gerald Clark's my younger brother, and he heads up all of our site HR. I didn't know what he'd done. It just did my heart good to know that he'd done that. So how is she now?
She's really sick.
I'm sorry.
It's pretty darn tough right now.
I can't imagine.
You wake up in the morning, I check to see if she's still alive. We were hoping that she was going to be able to go on to have it removed, eh?
Yeah.
But because it's moved a little bit to another couple different little spots, and they couldn't operate on her because, you know, you're so close to death that she wouldn't be able to fight anything else that might come up.
Well, brother, my prayer is going to be that you have a miracle in your life.
That's all I can hope for is a miracle now. I just don't know what else to do. You want to stop for a lunch break?
Yep.
We'll come back at her and finish her up after lunch.
Hello, Clark Builders.
Gerald, how are you today?
I'm doing well.
I just called to tell you that I'm out here in St. Albert working on this bank job with John. You've helped him out, I understand, and boy, he told me a story this morning, and
he and his wife have had a pretty rough journey here to travel along, and it's gone on for a while.
When I get back into the office, I want to talk to you about maybe what else we can do.
Yeah, okay. No, I'd be happy to work with you on that.
Anyway, thanks again for all the good things you keep doing.
All right. Thanks, bro.
Okay, take care. Have a good afternoon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Coming up, there's a desperate phone call.
Got a bit of an emergency.
Clark Builders founder and executive chairman Andy Clark is having the toughest week of his career.
It's like you're a girl right now. You don't want to get dirty.
He swapped his home on the range for a massive change.
Whoa, I think I'm showing my ears. I never saw a woman on a work site.
But since becoming one of his own laborers, he's been gaining valuable insight into the company he built and the workers he's hired.
I've enjoyed it.
And now, after hearing about John's desperately sick wife, he's about to make an important phone call.
Hi, Doc. Andy Clark here. How are you today? Got a bit of an emergency. I know you're a busy guy. To listen to John talk about, his wife's cancer, it just really took me back to a year ago when I was scared stiff that I was going to lose my precious daughter to cancer, and I just knew I needed to do what I could do for him. Thank you so much. It's actually not an employee, it's his wife, okay? Thanks. I need to tell you, John, that I'm not Eddie Green, I'm Andy Clark.
Oh, yeah? Oh, my gosh. That's too funny.
Anyway, I just couldn't end my day without doing what I could. What I heard from you about your wife today really moved me. And I got a doc friend who deals with cancer patients, sort of a doc of last resort. And Monday morning, I'd like you to take your wife to see him, 11 o'clock.
Sure.
And, he's told me there's no guarantees, but he's prepared to give her a full assessment and tell you what he thinks and do whatever he can, and the full cost will be on me.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Happy to do it, brother.
She's the backbone of my family. She holds us together, and I don't know. She's a strong lady, and she means everything to me. So, well, thank you. Okay. I really appreciate it.
You go home and see your wife.
I sure will.
And let me know how you make out on Monday morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Oof.
I feel good knowing I've thrown John and his family a lifeline. I really hope that at a minimum it buys him more time with her, that it can increase her quality of life for whatever time she's got. I mean, how many times in a lifetime do you get to make that kind of positive change in someone's life?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
You never know. You never guess what's going on here.
What?
When I was doing this video, I was supposed to be with this guy. Guess who this guy is?
Who?
It's Mr. Andy Clark himself. And
really?
Yeah. And the best thing is that he's got his own doctor that wants to see you on Monday. So I don't know what to say, baby. He's got his own doctor that wants to look at you Monday, and he'll help us out. How was that? Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
It is, eh?
Yeah.
All right, baby. I love you, and I'll talk to you in about an hour, okay?
All right, on.
Okay. Talk to you later. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
That's absolutely fantastic. So, I can hardly wait till Monday.
I think it's reawakened in me a sense of family and how truly important people are to our business. And if I can remind our management people that, you know, despite the bottom line we're all chasing, above all else, we really need to care for our fellow worker. And if I can bring that to the executive table, to the board meeting, and keep driving that point home, I think I'll have done a good thing for the business.
Coming up, Rachel, Jordan, and Greg are called to HQ for an unexpected meeting with the boss.
Are you kidding? Oh my goodness.
That's fantastic.
Andy Clark's week of secret surveillance is up.
Morning.
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 This past week has been absolutely fabulous. In Yellowknife, I got to work with a woman, and it left me with the thought that as we struggle to find more tradesmen, that women are a great source of tradespeople that I don't think we've paid enough attention to. Calgary, I learned that the feeling down there is that they're playing second fiddle to the Edmonton shop, and that's something we got to change. So I want all of us here 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, roll up our sleeves and get at it.
Thanks, Andy.
Rachel, Jordan, and Greg have been summoned to HQ. This week, they broke Andy down, but he's about to build them up.
How are you?
Not bad.
Oh, Mr. Clark, how are you doing?
So I heard you had a trainee last week.
Yes.
He looks very familiar for some reason.
Nice to meet you, Andy.
And I was also Eddie Green.
Oh, my God.
Let me just digest this for a sec.
Jordan, it's been a long time since I've met a young man that's impressed me as much as you have.
Well, thank you.
So the reason I went undercover was to get a true sense of what site life is really like today. You mentioned a few ideas to me on site, and when I asked you about them, you said there wasn't really a good venue to move those ideas up the line to management. So that's something that I'm going to make some moves right away to change.
Thank you.
You told me about how you wanted to expand your family and bring foster children into your home. I just want to give you $5,000 so that I can assist you in that regard.
Wow, I appreciate that very much. Yeah. Very much.
And you talked about your favorite football team, the Minnesota Vikings. So we're going to make arrangements for you and your wife to go and see a Vikings game.
Are you kidding? Oh my goodness. Oh my, are you serious?
Is your wife a football fan too?
She will be.
Thanks for coming in.
Oh man, I'm feeling fantastic. To hear from the CEO of the company himself that he appreciates what I've done and the hard work I've put in, that means the world to me.
Did I scare you when I had the nail gun pointed towards me rather than away from me?
A little bit, yes.
I was really impressed with you as a tradesperson. And that impression is so strong that I'm going to work with our HR people to make sure that we go out and recruit more women. One of the things that you told me about that made me a little sad was that you either have to use the man's washroom or you got to go home. So effective immediately, I want you to know that we're going to have a ladies' washroom on your work site.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. You mentioned tools. When we were on site, I can tell you were frustrated. I'm going to do everything I can to ensure that we upgrade our supply and quality of tools to our projects.
Thank you.
You mentioned to me when we were working about your passion for arts and crafts. Mm-hmm. We're going to make a donation to the Yellowknife Arts and Crafts Guild.
That's fantastic.
In your name. But I want to do something personal for you. I want to send you and a friend to Victoria, British Columbia for a long weekend so that you can enjoy the arts and crafts scene.
It's fantastic, Eddie. It feels pretty nice that my ideas and my thoughts were actually heard by the boss.
I enjoyed my time with you. Learned a lot about the shop and yard, and I was kind of taken by how much time it took you to, catalog all the tools that went to talk to our IT people. There's got to be a better way for us to track that in a more cost-efficient, time-efficient way. It became pretty evident that we need a bigger truck, and we're going to move that into high gear. And
no, that's awesome to hear. That's great.
We compared notes on some of our daughter's struggles, and what we want to do for you is send you and your wife and your daughter on a golfing holiday to Mexico at a high-end, all-inclusive resort.
Oh, no way.
And when you're there, there's going to be a special golf tournament to raise funds for the Alberta Cancer Foundation, and it's something that I think we can do to help you on your healing journey. And we want to make sure that we can get you good counseling support and help you to be able to take time off when you need it, so that you can finish that healing journey and be as strong as you can be.
She's probably just like smiling so hard right now that this is happening. Unbelievable.
It's a great blessing for me to be able to support you in this way. So
incredible, man. Incredible. Thank you so much. This is unbelievable. My wife and my daughter are going to be just so happy about what I've got to tell them when I get home.
But Andy's got some unfinished business. There's one more person he wants to see.
John.
Hi.
Really good to see you.
How you doing?
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Just real curious to see how you're doing, and I know you had a visit with a specialist, and understand that your wife's got a real fight in her hands. And
oh, she's a real fighter, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
She's feeling really good the last couple of days. It's pretty amazing when you see her in a good day. Yeah. It's like it makes your day.
John, I can't begin to imagine, the pain and the financial burden that you've been going through, and I know that some time ago you took a loan from the company for $5,000. I want you to know that you can just forget about the loan. We've written that off.
Thank you.
Anyway, there's a couple other things I wanted to tell you, and I guess one was, corporately we want to give you $5,000 just to help you. I know it's been a tough season for you financially, and knowing the love and devotion that you have for your wife's moved me to want to give you another $5,000 personally, just to so that you can take whatever time you need to be with your family.
Thank you. She wants to go home to see her kids so badly that that'll make her so happy.
Our prayers are with you, brother. Yeah, well, I had no idea this was going to be as an emotional a journey as it was. I think it's taught me that we do have a special culture here, that our people, number one, care about the business deeply, and I think that our people care about our people. And as the founder of this business, I couldn't have wished for anything more.